Okay, here we are for another round with Bant. One land on the play with planes. Yeah, let's go ahead and mulligan that. Oh, this is a pretty interesting hand. Pride Mage on top, gonna bottom it. I guess we're just fetching on turn one. Really wanted to see a land there. Hand's not actually that great. Like, second and third night. I suppose if he's playing a removal deck, it's good, but yeah, Valakut. It's gonna be trouble. Going to be trouble. So we draw our land, so not the fastest clock, but can maybe get something done this game. He's taking 2 here. Okay. Coney Heart Expedition. Alright. I think I'm going to just use my Wooded Foothills because we're already below 18, so I might as well get the Stomping Ground here. Because if I draw another fetch, then I can just like attack with Knight, play another Knight, which might be my best way to win here. Or I can just probably, if I double Knight next turn, I have him dead the following turn. So I'm like double Knight next turn. Oh, I'm going to be 1 mana short to double Knight next turn. What am I talking about? But if I like, not sure. Well, that changes things by a lot, unfortunately. Noble Hierarch. I think I have to get this pot. Well, I think I'm pretty dead now. Don't really see a way of beating this. Attacking for 5. Getting this down, is that relevant? I can get Kessig next turn. Whichever one he doesn't block. Let's think. It'll be a 6/6. My other knight will be a 6/6. I'll have Noble. I'll have Kessig Wolfron. 2 6/6s. He's at 15. If I draw a fetch land, maybe I can kill him, right? Because Sakura Tribe blocks. Sakura Tribe blocks. It'll be an 8/8. I can pump for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana, so I can pump for 3. So actually, if I just go Knight, play Noble, maybe that doesn't work actually, because I can't actually search up a fetch land if I'm getting Kessig Wolfron. So let's think. I sack a forest for Kessig Wolfron. They're both 5/5s. I draw a fetch land. They're both 7/7s. Whichever one he blocks, I pump for 3. Yeah, it's still lethal. So we just pass. Hope to rip a fetch land. He might also just make a Primeval Titan this turn, which is an acceptable thing to do. In which case, 6. I don't. Path Exile actually doesn't kill my opponents. Nothing? Okay. So he's gonna bolt one of my knights. I could have not done anything and held up Ghost Quarter, but I think I just need to do this. Makes my other knight really big. I don't really want to Ghost Quarter him because it gives him another green. Maybe I was supposed to no I have to activate. If I no activate, like, my knights are so small. So do I get Ghost Quarter? Let's think. If he Scape Shifts with one more land, I'm dead no matter what I do. Because he just gets another Valakut. Oh no, he gets 7 mountains and I'm dead. Though how many mountains are left in his deck? This is kind of an interesting point. Usually that deck plays like 12. So yeah, he has plenty. Or even if he only has 10, he can get 4 mountains. That doesn't kill me though. If he's got 5 mountains left, though the deck has Cinderglade now, I'm pretty sure he's going to have at least 7, at least 4 Cinderglades and 3 Stomping Grounds. So like, plus, which is 7. He might have like 1 more basic and 1 less Cinderglade. If I get a fetch land, I win if I draw retreat, which is, I mean, I know that's a 1 in 48, but these are the kind of margins we're talking about here. I guess I win if I draw a retreat anyway, right? Because I can just sack a different land. Never mind. So that's a moot point. Ghost Quarter could help me beat a Primeval Titan, potentially. He's just super dead next turn no matter what, right? Yeah, let's just get Ghost Quarter. That's fine. I don't think the Ghost Quarter provides any disruption at this point at all. Though it does, like... I could Ghost Quarter the Valakut now. That gives him another green. I don't want to give him another green. I want to force him to have it. Like last turn he had to get double mountain. Summoner's Pact. Okay. Last turn he had to get double mountain, so like... Actually, maybe I should have responded to that with Ghost Quarter. I don't know. He could have it through the breach and then I'm just dead, which is what it seems like. I'm hoping it's not a through the breach. Nothing I could have done about the through the breach, though. I'm like super dead to it, right? I'm tapped out. So he goes to 7. If he can take down one of my knights, I might actually lose. Though I don't see how he's going to take down a knight. I just Ghost Quarter his Valakut in response to the Primeval Titan trigger. Oh, he's got 3 damage from a Cinderglade. I see. So I should have responded to his pact. Well, he didn't play a land though. There's a non-zero chance he didn't have a forest. Though based on how much search he played, he would have gotten a forest if he needed it. Yeah, this is pretty sloppy by me. I actually, like, if I Ghost Quarter the Valakut in response to Summoner's Pact, then I think I prevent him from being able to deal 3 to one of my knights, which could save one of them. But they both have 7 toughness, is the thing. So, I don't know. This is pretty damn sloppy. If he's got another search... See, like, now he's got the forest from the Ghost Quarter. If he goes, like, Valakut... Well, I still live with one knight that he has to chump. And then he has to pay for Pact. I honestly don't know what's going to happen. I think one of my knights is going to die, which shouldn't have happened. I should have just Ghost Quartered the Valakut right away. Oh, he killed my Noble Hierarch? Why would he kill... Oh, he only had 1 trigger. He only had 1 trigger. Because he didn't have... His last card wasn't like a Farseek or something. I just assumed he was going to get 2 Valakuts. Okay, let's attack. So that 1 Ghost Quarter actually was enough disruption to win the game. Very complicated. Like that's what I don't like about Magic sometimes, is like the game is very simple and then all of a sudden it's not that was that complicated, but it's just like the entire game can come down to like those minute interactions at the end, you know? Well, not the end, but like at the key point of the game where like, you know, I'm not going to say I'm unfamiliar, but had I played through that a few times and thought about all the options like carefully, Like, obviously, I only have 30 seconds or whatever to make a play, but I probably could have figured out how to win that I was supposed to go right away. Or Ghost Quarter in response to the Summoner's Pact. But to be fair, like, he probably should have just... I mean, it's the classic Magic, like, double punt. I don't think he punted, but, like, he probably should just play a mountain before he casts the Pact. That way I can't blow up his Valakut before he gets to get a trigger off of it. So we want Negates and Unified Wills. This is a matchup where it's nice to have 2 Unified Wills instead of 4 Negates. We want the extra Ghost Quarter for sure. And the cards I don't really like... I don't love Qasali Pride Mage. Like, yeah, they have like some number of Colony Guard expeditions, but it's pretty awkward on the draw, and they usually don't play in such a way where they can let that die to it. And they also have Anger, and I don't really like Qasali or Voice against Anger. Cutting way down on 2-drops, but I think it's okay. Because any game where we stick a 1-drop, like if they have to bolt it, they might have to take it. Well, not really, but it's really just turn 2 where they'd have to take a turn off to bolt. But I'm fine having less 2-drops. I have some counter spells in that slot. I think we're supposed to cut a land. I like all these. Like, I don't love Corsair or Tireless Tracker. I guess I could play the Ghost Quarter as a land and just cut one of the Corsair. I kind of like Corsair over Tracker just because on the draw specifically, it survives Anger and Lightning Bolt. So it's a threat that I can get into play that can help me hit land drops. Obviously not great against like a combo deck, but not bad either, assuming he's going to have Valakut triggers and Anger, which both can't really kill this effectively. And Tracker is just kind of weak on the draw. I mean, Spellco is weak on the draw too, but when playing against a ramp deck, like every spell you can counter helps them. You know, like Scapeshift is a deck where you need so many resources. It's lucky that lots of them are not lucky, but it's part of it is that lots of them are lands. This is an interesting hand. I mean, if I draw a fetch land, I have like a turn 4 kill with a turn 2 negate. I think I'm gonna keep this. If this negate was like just any random 3-drop, like I probably would not keep because then I have nothing to do on turn 2, which is kind of unfortunate. Really hoping to draw a fetch land. That way we can play a knight and survive. Looks like we're a bit behind here and haven't drawn a land yet, which is unfortunate, but he doesn't cast anything here, which kind of sucks. But it's also good. It means that he doesn't have any ramp in his hand. Do I want a second white source? I have a Path to Exile? No, I'll just get Breeding Pool. Fetch land? Just a regular land. That's kind of gross. So, what am I doing? Like, what is my plan if I'm just playing Tireless Tracker? If I play Knight, he doesn't always have Lightning Bolt. Like, usually the decks don't even play 4. They'll play, like, 2 or 3. I think I just play the Knight just because the upside is so big, right? I just untap and I can win. Hoping it's an Anger, because then that'll take his turn. Okay. So unfortunately, I actually... Is this lethal? I have 3 of my forests are in play already, which is pretty awkward. I guess I can just sack these. I'm not going to lie in that this very rarely actually comes up. Let's think about this. At the very least, I get to untap all my other lands, right? Alright, let's just see what happens here. See if this resolves. We might have like a Nature's Claim or something. Okay. So let's count. How many forests do we have left in our deck? It's 3, right? We have 3 forests left. I think this should be lethal. Seems very tedious thing to do. It might actually not be lethal. 3 forests left, which means I'll have 6 forests in the graveyard and 6 fetch lands in the graveyard. So what I can do is I can like cast Tracker and make a bunch of clues. Let's sec this. Ideally, I get into a spot. I guess there's no way I can have Negate and Unified Will up. Actually, there is, right? Because 3, 4. Sack another land. 3. I get 3 more lands. 9. Maybe I'm just, like, maybe I just have it? Sack the Temple Garden. Sorry if this is painful to watch, but I've never went through this with my opponent at 20, and also my having 3 forests in play. I guess that was the reason not to fetch the Breeding Pool, actually. I should have fetched the Hollowed Fountain. That was really foolish. Sack the Temple Garden, that's 4. And I have 3 fetch lands in play. That gives me 3 more lands. That's 7. Sack those 3 other lands. That's 10 to get 3 more fetch lands. That's 13. Like, I'm only counting 15 damage. So, I want to be in a spot where I have Unified Will and Negate up. Which I think I can do because I can leave a forest in my deck. I can leave 2 forests in my deck. So then if I fetch, I can, like, fetch for... Oh, what am I talking about? I have the forest. I have the Hollowed Fountain and the Plains as well. I have the Hollowed Fountain and the Plains as well. I don't know why I forgot about that. Wow. Sorry. I think this is just definitely lethal. I'm just definitely really stupid. So I have 2 fetchable lands left, 3 fetchable lands left, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 fetchable lands left. So 4 fetchable lands left, 4 of these. Oh god, I just clicked through that. Is that going to be a problem? Hope that's not going to be a problem. I don't think it actually really matters. It doesn't change, like... how often I can do this. Really? A bunch of untaps on the stack. Probably should let resolve, huh? Oh crap! This is real sloppy, guys. Oh god, I just tapped it. That's pretty embarrassing. 4, so 2 fetch lands. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. And then I can, like, just ghost quarter myself at the end. Pretty sure. Okay. I have 1 fetchable land left. It's 15. $15, 16, 17, 18, 19 to get the last forest. I don't have a forest left. But what I do is I just get the Horizon Canopy. 17. Yeah, I basically don't know what I'm doing here. This is about as embarrassing as it gets, huh? I don't even have another land to... Don't I have one more forest? I just don't. Okay, well, I wish I had another land in play. It's fine. I think what we do is we just do this super sloppy and we just play our other knight out. This is the sloppiest possible way to win. We just pass with Unified Will up. So I could only get this to 18 and then 19 if I count 19 if I count okay. Guess I get the Ghost Quarter. Alright, not bad for the first time trying that. Sloppiest win possible. Alright, LOL. So, instead of talking about that, I'm just going to slink into my next match. So I could only get it to a 19-19. I should have been able to calculate that. And also I should have just... I could have just put a... I think I could have just put a Tireless Tracker and a Knight into play. And also had Negate and Unified Will up. But instead of that, I did about half of those things.